Yo everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. And this is actually the first time I picked up the camera in 2 weeks now, I think. 2 weeks. So I took the week off last week just because I was feeling quite run down. I've been feeling actually quite run down over the past few months, to be honest. And even though, I was remaining quite consistent with everything, I was finding like motivation was just quite low. Like, I am a disciplined person, so I don't really rely on motivation a lot. I will get things done regardless of how I feel usually, but although that is usually a really good trait to have, I honestly was getting to the stage where I knew I needed to take a little bit of time off because I was burning myself out, but I was very reluctant to do it. But yeah, I just said, here, I need to actually do this now because I'm not feeling good. I actually wasn't feeling good. It was starting to affect my mood and my happiness a little bit. And yeah, that was actually kind of a hard thing to do as well, because when it comes to YouTube, I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but I might as well continue. But yeah, when it comes to YouTube, like, consistency is everything, I suppose. So if you miss a week, you kind of feel like you're really falling behind, especially when you see everybody else upload. And yeah, but I really don't want to have that relationship with YouTube. I want to upload because I want to upload, and that will make my videos better as a result. And I'm sure everybody understands, everybody needs to take a week off sometimes. So yeah, that's kind of the realization I had last week, and I was just like, screw it, I just actually need this little bit of time off. And honestly, right now I feel so much better. I honestly feel so much better than I did just a couple of weeks ago. I feel so much happier. I don't know. It's a hard feeling to explain just because I've never really taken a week off. But yeah, I'm just so happy that I did that. And I'm just feeling so good. I'm so motivated at the moment. So yeah, let's move past that little sob story. And today I am coming at you with some banging recipes. I am about to change the French toast game with this first recipe. This is a revelation. I don't think I've seen it done. I'm just saying that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to showing you that. And the other recipes are absolutely banging as well. So without further ado, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and let's go. Okay, so it is French toast time, and I'm gonna start by adding 120 grams of bacon medallion pieces to a pan. And by bacon medallion pieces, I just mean I got some bacon medallions and chopped them up into little pieces. And while they are cooking away, I'm gonna get 3 slices of 60-calorie bread, and I'm gonna cut each slice up into little chunks, all kind of rectangular or square in shape. Okay, now I'm gonna get my bread and spread it out in a Pyrex dish. Then I'm gonna put my Pyrex dish aside for a second and add 300 ml of egg whites to a bowl. That is followed by 5 ml of vanilla extract, 30 ml of 0-calorie maple syrup, 40 ml of low-fat milk. Mix it all up, and before I add my egg white mix to the bread, I'm gonna sprinkle on some ground cinnamon. Add my egg white mix. Make sure all the bread is nice and saturated. I'm gonna add in my slightly undercooked medallion pieces because this is going in the oven. So if they were fully cooked now, they would just end up burning. And then with the help of this little man, I'm going to put it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. I forgot to spray the Pyrex dish with some 1-calorie spray. I always forget to do that. It's so annoying. But yeah, make sure that you don't forget to do it, just so the bread doesn't stick to the dish. Alright, so welcome to the next generation of French toast. This is the maple and bacon French toast pie. And the one thing that I really like about this is, seeing as you break the bread up and you spread it around, it kind of gives you the illusion that there is a lot more bread than there actually is. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm about to eat a whole loaf of bread. So yeah, it is definitely on the higher volume side of things, and for something that has less than 500 calories, it is an absolute calorie bargain, 100%. And seeing as it is so high in protein as well, so 65 grams of protein, even if you didn't have the calories to fit this in, most people will, but if you didn't, you could kind of cut down on the bacon medallions. Let's just say you could actually even leave them out completely and it would still be high in protein. So this is just a game changer. Okay, so before I go to my next meal, I do want to let you know that as of when this video goes live, I am going to be taking on 5 people to work with over the course of 12 weeks to achieve a complete physical transformation. So we work together one-on-one. I take complete control of your training, of your nutrition. We do official check-ins, and I pretty much just guide you every step of the way. So if this is something that you are interested in, maybe you are just not happy with where you currently are, and maybe you're just not happy with your physique and it's something that you struggled with for years, maybe you are currently, feeling a little bit low in yourself, you're in a bit of a rut, and you need that support and guidance to get you to where you want to be, then this is the perfect time to get on top of your goals, and you can honestly make so much progress. You can change your life in the space of 12 weeks once you have the right plan and the guidance in place. But yeah, I'm going to leave the application form in the comment section below, and you will see that you can book a call with me and we can literally just see if you are a good fit for the program. And that is the level of personalization that is going in to this 12-week program. So every single person that I work with is going to achieve life-changing results. But yeah, moving along, my next meal is going to be a little bit more savory than the maple and bacon French toast pie, but equally as good. Okay, so in here I have 200 grams of white potato cut into skinny chips. Gonna give them a couple of sprays of Fry Light. Then I'm gonna put them in my air fryer at 200 degrees Celsius and set the timer to 25 minutes. Okay, so as my chips are cooking away, I'm gonna add half an onion, half a green pepper, and half a red pepper to a pan. That is gonna be followed by 150 grams of 5% fat beef mince. I'm gonna add some seasoning, so some smoked paprika. I'm actually gonna add some of this to the chips as well, of course. A little bit of cumin, some garlic, and some chili powder. And now that everything is pretty much cooked and ready to go, I'm gonna add 200 grams of chopped tomatoes to the dish, 10 grams of tomato puree. I'm gonna add half of a beef stock cube that I've mixed with 250 ml of water. I am going to mix it all together. Then I'm just gonna let it simmer away on a high heat until the sauce begins to thicken. And as that simmers, I'm gonna get to work on some sauce. I'm gonna add 50 grams of lighter than light mayonnaise to a bowl. That is followed by 25 grams of reduced sugar and salt ketchup. I'm gonna add some garlic into the mix, some smoked paprika, some chili powder, and then I am going to mix it all up. All right, now it's time to serve everything up. Let's go chips first. Then on goes our taco mix. Then our taco sauce is next on the list, followed by 20 grams of 30% less fat cheese. And this is optional, but I'm just gonna blast it out of it in the oven for a few minutes to give the cheese a chance to melt. Alright, so what are we saying about these taco loaded fries? So yeah, maybe a little bit higher in calories than your average dish, so just under 600. But due to the fact this is literally just so saucy, so between the sauce I made to make the mince, between the taco sauce on top, between the cheese as well, it is honestly so worth it. And if you wanted, you could reduce the calories, like you could skip the cheese, you could cut down on the taco sauce, but my advice is to just save up the calories and go for it. There is quite a lot of veg in here. There's actually a lot of veg in here. There is a very decent portion of potatoes as well, and as a result, this dish is like quite filling. You will feel full after this. Oh, and one of the main reasons I do include a lot of meals like this in my videos is because I think it's important to have that balance in your diet between sweet and savory. Because something that I have noticed when people discover these anabolic recipes is that they tend to incorporate quite a lot of them into their diet. So, on a daily basis, a lot of their calories are coming from foods like protein porridge, like protein ice cream, like protein cookies, like French toast, like low-calorie brownies, like low-calorie cookies. And even though, a lot of these recipes are high in protein and high in volume as well, which is great, you still sometimes don't feel very full or satisfied after them just because they taste so tasty that you're left craving more. And that is obviously, not an ideal position to be in if you are trying to, stick to a calorie deficit or stick to lower calories. So if you do, find yourself getting quite hungry, or if you do find that your cravings are quite high and you have a lot of these foods in your diet at the moment, then something you could do is try and swap out like 1 or 2 of these meals for more bland but still very tasty meals. So maybe having having, something like this instead of protein pancakes, for example, and you might find that, you feel a lot more satisfied after it. And I'm not saying that this is the case all of the time. You could incorporate a lot of those sweeter foods into your diet and be completely fine. I'm literally just offering perspective because I do know that it is something that some people probably struggle with. Okay, so let's not waste any time before going to my final recipe. And if you are a fan of Krispy Kreme, or if you are a fan of Dunkin' Donuts, then you are in for a treat. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna add 60 grams of plain white flour to a bowl. That is followed by 10 grams of low-calorie sweetener, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a little bit of salt. Let's give that a little mix. Then I'm gonna add 30 grams of no added sugar apple puree. You'll definitely find this online, or unsweetened applesauce it might be called, or you'll probably find it in your local health or baking shop. I'm gonna add 20 grams of Flora Light, which is just a light spread, 5 ml of vanilla extract. I am going to mix it all up. Alright, so this is how we are looking. I'm gonna add 40 grams of whey protein into the mix. I'm going with cookies and cream. Well, you can literally go with whatever you want. Cinnamon donut would go well here. I'm gonna mix that in. Alright, so this is how we are looking. Then I'm gonna roll it up into smaller donut holes. I'm gonna aim for about 10. Alright, so we ended up with 11 donut holes, which is pretty good. And just a little pro tip, so if you're rolling a donut hole and you find it's a little too moist to roll into a ball, you can just flour your hands with some of the plain white flour that you used earlier. That is going to help make it a little bit more firm. And just to be safe in terms of calories, you could add on an extra 5 grams of flour into the ingredients. Then I'm going to spray my air fryer with some 1 calorie spray, and I've actually been preheating this already for about 5 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. I'm going to add my donut holes, making sure that each of them has enough space, and then I'm going to cook them for 5 minutes in total. That's all, at 200 degrees Celsius, and I'll take them out at the 3-minute mark, give them a little shift around, and then put them back in for the final 2. Alright, so 11 donut holes, 43 calories per donut hole, and 3 grams of protein per donut hole. Happy days. And just out of a matter of interest, how many calories does a Dunkin', what are they called? Dunkin' Munchkin? Dunkin' Munchin? No, Dunkin' Munchkin have. Dunkin' Munchin? Alright, so in one Dunkin' Munchkin, there is 60 calories and 1 gram of protein. So there's a decent saving here in terms of calories, and these are obviously a couple of grams higher in protein per donut hole. And the way I would probably go about incorporating these into my diet, well, you can actually do whatever you want. If you had the calories to eat the whole serving at once, you definitely could. But I would probably make the 11 at once and do my best to space them out over a few days, because these would keep perfectly in the fridge for at least 2 to 3 days. The only problem there is when you open the fridge at 10 or 11 at night and there's 8 donut holes staring you in the face. That is hard to say no to, but if you can resist that temptation, then spreading them out over a couple of days or a few days could be a good option. Alright, everyone, I'm going to wrap the video up there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope my recipes were up to scratch after my week-long sabbatical from YouTube. Make sure you comment below and let me know which one was your favorite. For me, it has to be the French toast pie. That is just on a different level. But yeah, every single comment and every single thumbs up goes a long way. So if you're subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so. It just makes sure my videos reach a bigger audience. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, then please make sure you do that as well. I bring out these videos all of the time, pretty much on a weekly basis. So make sure you stay tuned. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all keeping well, and I'll see you in the next video.